So what we'll look at then is the toilet. So to turn the toilet on, just open this. To open the door, it's got a handle here. If you just press your thumb against the side here, it's just on a magnet that's either side of that handle. So custom built all the door, so it just fits in here, pretty easy. Just push there, then it opens up. There's the magnet. That's your light switch here. This light switch here does these two. These are not touch. These ones operate just from this switch. It also has a switch next to the bed, which will also turn these front lights off as well. Okay, so we discussed these lights at the front. They're not touch, and that's operated on this switch here. If we look at these lights, these don't have the switch there. You just need to press them. So you press. You don't actually press the light itself. You press the silver ring. They turn on and off. Leave them on for now. Now, when you come into the bed area, the bed also has another one here in the middle of the bed to press. You don't need to have lots and lots of lights. You can add more, of course, if you want. You're just going to drill a hole and you can fish the wires across from the supply here, and you can have as many as you want. We have some reading lights here. Probably show you here. There's two. This one, dead easy. You just press the button in the middle and that'll start up there. And these angle around, good if you're reading and just want that light. Turn that off. Another one here on this side. Again, you can turn that off. And I said at the front, there's a switch here at the side. There's also a power supply there. If you need it, a switch, a 240 volt and a USB charger. Again, not really needed here. Now this switch here, if you turn that off, it'll turn the lights off at the front. So you can see from the bed, generally I just have that light on and off if I need to get to the front or not. With the door, just press that back. Once you're inside, difficult to show you, but once you're inside you can pull here or you can pull here. These are good for hanging towels or anything, but they also make a very good handle once you're inside to close it. All the shower is a complete wet room, and inside here as well we've got a light. This light again is not touch, it doesn't need to be. This is a vent that's constantly left open. I actually glued that a little bit to keep it open, and it has a fan in there which is got high waterproof rating. I've got a spare one of them which I'm leaving in there. It's lasted a long time, but I've got one to replace it should I need to, and I've just glued this up there to fix onto there. Now the shower, just cleaned out all the floor. There's a little bit of water there, and you can see actually the water's just sitting forwards of the drain there, that little bit that was on the floor, and that's because it's constant, as we showed you earlier with the level, it's leaning a little bit forwards, which is perfect. That's what you want actually when you shower. It'll just easily go. You can just use your foot and you can move the water down the drain as well. Makes it very, very easy. The shower was a lot of work, but it's all this PVC. It's got a complete wet room kit behind. You can see some of the blue paint there from the wet room kit, where the hinges recess into. And once it's sealed, you pretty much spray all around. I put these on the front. There's a bit of, it's called actually, excluder foam with a little bit of silicone. That works really well. Now the toilet itself, the Airhead toilet, you need to read the operating instructions really to understand it correctly, but it's very, very easy to do. To remove the pee goes into the front. So best way to explain it is you lift it up, you sit here. It's got some holes here at the front. Yeah, if you're doing number twos, then well, you have a lever at the back here, and you just open that part up. You can see in there's actually an aggregator, so you just turn that around. And when you have the coconut quiet, that's where it goes. Now, you don't need to drop it in there. This actually comes apart. So you can do that by just undoing this screw here, this one. The back ones. Close the lid, and you're just going to turn the top there, and you just wiggle this off. Now you can see there underneath you've got access. That's where you want to put the coconut quiet. You can do it now when it's like this, or you can take the whole thing out. The bottom of this has also screws to remove these two different component parts as well for cleaning and everything. In terms of this coconut quiet, what you do here, this is the stuff that goes in the base of the toilet when I show you that next. And what you need to use is just one block. So there's a few here, I've got spares, but I usually use this bowl to mix it in. one block, maybe a little more. By a little more, I mean no more than this. So call that a fourth or a third of another block. And what you do is you use about 1.5 litres of water per block and let it sit for a while. Then you break it up with your fingers and it'll get to like a very fine dust. You can actually see some dust in the bottom there. And the dust is basically it'll be very fine, break up every clump, and that's what goes in the bottom to make up the composting material for the toilet. So that'll be also here. When you finish with this, you just want to drop that back into place, and once it's in, just twist it again, lock the screws down. Built very well. Okay, on this side it has the fan. That's a tube for the fan that goes all the way through the back there we saw before. Yeah, that's the toilet system there. So to remove the feet at the front, you just unscrew this part and then you lever it from the bottom. That lever's out and pull it down. Under the sink here you have caps that go on here. So to remove this, I'll just show you. Just open that up there. Turn it around the board. I'll go through the different parts that are in here after, but you just take one of your caps there, that goes on the top. Has a little level on the front here, so if it is full, it's completely empty at the moment, it has a little level, you can see it there visually from the front. Well, you just take that, pour it away in the toilet. I generally keep a little bit of ferroliquid or bleach in the bottom, just helps with the spray. In the toilet itself, what I made is basically half white vinegar, half water in the spray bottle here, and you just spray that into the toilet there, just where the urine's been, and it'll stop the urine smell or neutralize that. So that's all I would use to do that. You could even just put a little bit of this in the bottom of the toilet as well, in the urine part. With the compost, you generally want to keep that a little moist. But that can last for quite a long time. You can not change it for months, even with daily use. So to put this back then, what you want to do is just take the cap off, push that under first, and then just slide it back. And it will find its own way. The sides there, just check the washers are free, clear. And then just screw it back up again. That's it, everything's in place. I have a drain here. Drain cover if you want to put that in place. No real reason to use that, to be honest. It has a water trap underneath which stops the smells, so you can actually not use that and leave that completely open, which I do. The shower itself, there's no hot and cold needed. It's just a bidet type shower. You just press it. Because it's set on the under the bed, it will actually just come on, and you can see there it works and it turns off really easy. So you just get what you need and it automatically turns off. The pump kicks in, turns itself off. That just lives up there. At the top here you've got place for shower gels or anything else, just to keep the floor a bit clearer once you're in there. So that's the shower room. There's a vent at the bottom here. That's an open vent, also an open vent there. It's really important that you have an ability to get moisture out of the van mirror if you need it. Close that. This vent though, if you did have a lot of moisture in there, you didn't want it at night, you can actually close that one over. Yeah. So just turn the shower off now. That just turns off, and that fan will stop straight away. So it starts and stops as you want. Yeah. Of course, if you do have moisture or cooking smells, then it's easier to get rid of them with the Max Air fans.